a bit of a fun video today, but also, good points to talk about. We are drafting the worst team that we can draft through 6 rounds. So literally 6 picks in a row. We are going to pick a player that I would not pick. And we're probably going to autofill a couple of these picks, maybe all of them, honestly, to start. And just so we can get kind of this team view here on the right side of your screen, and we can take a look like, ooh, if my team looked like this, I want to enjoy it. Starting off, we are drafting from right in the middle of the draft, the 6th. I am concerned, about a couple picks here in round 1. I am concerned about McCaffrey and Taylor this early. St. Brown 100% should be going ahead of these players. Potentially Lamb or Jefferson, but I get it. I get the ceiling. You really have to construct your roster in a way to support the risk of McCaffrey and the risk of Taylor. Well, what McCaffrey risk? Good question, viewer. 2 of the last 14 RB touch leaders, which he was last year. The year before was Saquon. We saw what happened last year. Have finished top 12 at the position the following year. No running back ever has repeated as the PPR RB1 overall. You can go look it up. Priest Holmes, LaDainian Tomlinson, Todd Gurley, Marshall Faulk. PPR is the, half PPR. It's been done, I believe, by at least one of those guys. In PPR, though, no. Back-to-back season finishes, no. Christian McCaffrey has 3 PPR finishes at RB1 overall to his name. In the following years, we have, obviously this year, who knows, RB68 in 2024 and RB53 in 2020. So, again, I get it. The number 1 PPR running back in history, by the way. There's literally no one ever better than him in PPR. I keep saying it because it's true, because I'll get comments like, oh, Todd Gurley was back-to-back. No, that was half PPR. There's no one better than McCaffrey, ever. I get that. But do you want to not have a fun season? I don't know. I feel like there's more risk. There's just a little bit too much risk. And I'm a guy who's like, screw it. Who cares about Scatterboo risk? Who cares about Burrow risk? Who cares about Neighbors risk, right? Because I already have 2 freaking studs at least ahead of those guys. McCaffrey's 6th overall, though, over Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is, just a 140 target machine every year. So yeah, okay, I don't know. Taylor is like the ultimate recency bias pick for me. Looking at his game log, just like being annoying about it. Again, before last year, the 3 seasons before last year, guys, 3 years in a row where he's missing games. He only played 11, then 10, then 14. And that 14 matters. Like, you're missing games. The last year after Daniel Jones went out was not great. Was like RB20 for the final 5 or 6 weeks of the season. And yet is sitting here at RB7, again, ahead of St. Brown. I don't see it, okay? So the first pick we will make in round 1 is going to be, if I had to pick the one I like less, I don't like Jonathan Taylor. He's my least favorite round 1 pick, just because I'm looking at Saquon Barkley going 13th overall. I view these players as essentially the exact same player. I view him, we have an RB1 overall finish to our name. We are a veteran. We have a good offensive line. I think Saquon's offense is better. I think Saquon's schedule is better. If we look at just dropping week 18, weeks 1 through 17, you see the Eagles here. 3rd easiest schedule. Where are the Colts? 20th easiest. I just don't get it. I think it's a recency bias pick. And I don't like it. I prefer St. Brown, JSN, of course. Potentially Lamb or Jefferson, because then I can just come back, grab a running back who is very comparable to McCaffrey or Taylor in round 2. Anyway, we'll move on to the wide receiver position in round 2. And guys, again, don't get all upset, dude. Like, if I'm crapping on your first round pick, it's like these 12 players are freaking studs. So I'm trying to pick one where it's like, okay, I can see a world here where maybe not. I think we all know where this is going. I genuinely think we all know where this is going. I do want to try to pull something up here on my other monitor for this player and just talk a little bit about like why I'm out. And for those of you who watch the show, every single day, you'll know that this pick is pretty obvious here. Hold on. I'm just trying to zoom in on it. You never know what you see on the timeline these days, boys. Crazy stuff out there. Okay. The worst pick in round 2, and guys, I don't think it's close, and this is going to offend people. People really get offended when I say this. Sorry. Is Drake London. Drake London is the worst pick in round 2. What are we doing? Why are we drafting Drake London in round 2? No, genuinely. Like, I need like more than one reason per player to draft Drake London ahead of AJ Brown. Here's what I think of, right? AJ Brown, first of all, we have 43 career games for AJ Brown with 9 or more targets. In them, he's like 20 fantasy points per game. It's insane. 35% career wide receiver 1 rate on over 100 games. Drake London, 23% on just 62 games. Drake London's offense is mid. You have Michael Penix and Tua. AJ Brown's offense is great. You have Drake May. Why are we doing this? You want to say injury? You want to say health? You want to say he's younger? We're not playing Dynasty. I need 17 weeks out of this guy. If I need 17 weeks, AJ Brown every single day of the week. Jaden Higgins, injured. Nico Collins. Why would you ever pick Drake London over Nico Collins? I don't understand. George Pickens. Guys, it's like, why would you ever pick Tua and Penix over Dak Prescott in this passing offense that's been top 10 in fantasy points to the wide receiver position for 10 straight years? Why would you do that? Because CeeDee Lamb exists. Everyone always says, oh, Drake London's an alpha. Okay, bruh. He's catching the ball from Tua and Michael Penix. Tua is awful, guys. Michael Penix is not healthy right now, as we speak, on the 22nd. Tua is looking like the week 1 starter. And the argument is, right? Oh, well, and I'm about to pull up a very impressive game log, which is, hey, maybe why he should be going at the 2-3 turn, not 15th or 16th overall. If we add a filter and we just do teammate Penix, it's really good. But, oh, we can't do it. I wonder why. Okay, maybe that data is not in. Moral of the story is, and I'll bring this up, with Penix, London averages like 19 points per game since Penix started his career. What they don't tell you is that he's not playing a full season. He didn't play a full season last year. Like, I'm not super impressed by 4 games with Penix here and there in a row, 5 games here. Penix has demonstrated in his career that he is inconsistent, cannot stay healthy. That's it. That's why they brought in Tua Tagovailoa. Why would they bring him in if we were all good here? What? Seriously. We have 5 games played, then 9 games played. Per game, we have QB 51 and QB 30. This is what you guys are hype about? No, I'll just take Dak Prescott. Yeah, and George Pickens. Like, again, we're trying to do too much a little bit with this data, with all this advanced stats we have. And yeah, Drake London does not need to be going anywhere in this first half of round 2. And I could be wrong. Like, there's a lot of things that say, hey, you're an idiot. For example, we go to the Vegas projections for wide receiver. He is wide receiver 8, right behind, interestingly enough, Rashee Rice, but basically tied with Rice, and right behind Jefferson and Lamb. So Vegas says, no, London is like that. I don't agree. Okay. I think there's injury risk. I think the QBs are really bad, like really bad. Guys, I really worry about Tua taking a snap. Dude, it's bad. Okay. All right. Next up, this was even before the injury. This player is now injured. Okay. It's an RB. And he's like kind of just a name where you kind of just like have to take him here. Okay. Because it's kind of where he goes. Sounds dumb, but it's true. It's like you're on the clock, you're looking at the RB position, and it's like, guess I'll sign myself up to watch the New York Jets. It's Breece Hall. I'm good on Breece. Again, I'm going to use my other monitor here, see if I can pull up real quick, just like a couple stats. I wasn't super prepared for this episode, kind of just like a vibes episode. And here's the thing with all these players too, I will say, is that they're all good so far. These are 3 good players. They're going a little early. Does that make sense? I wish they were going like 6, 8, maybe even 10 picks later. Okay. I'm trying to find some info here on Breece. Yeah, see, like there's a lot of good stuff about Breece. For example, top 20 RB in fantasy points per game every year of his career. Like, that's great. He's missed only 2 games since the 2022 ACL injury. That's great. Okay. Right now, here, I found the tweet I was looking for. We have, I believe Braylon Allen is injured, or Isaiah Davis is injured. Okay, so that's 1 RB kind of off his back here. But Breece is injured right now. Braylon Allen really is the only fully healthy Jets running back here. And, this groin injury is a multi-week absence for Breece. He has 19 career games when Braylon Allen had 10% plus snaps and Isaiah Davis had 10% or more snaps. Mind you, that's like 3 opportunities per each of those guys. almost half the time he was RB 25 or worse in those games. And he averages 13.8 fantasy points because his monster blow-up games are really good. But again, that's just like an RB2. It's a decent RB2. But he's going high-end RB2 in drafts on the Jets. And, you know, if you find yourself being fooled here by Geno Smith propaganda in camp, don't be. Please, just we're good. Just go watch Raiders highlights from last year. We're good. Okay? We are good. If you play Dynasty, add Cade Klubnik. That's the type of move that I'm looking to make. All right. Where did my picks go? Okay. Next up, guys. Next up. Worst pick I have here, and this is people are gonna actually freak out. Yeah, people are gonna freak out. People love this guy. People love this guy. For me, in round 4, I do not have Jaylen Waddle in the same tier as guys like McConkey, Wilson, Ikbuka, McMillan, etc., Higgins, Flowers. I have him in this next tier of guys with McLaurin, okay, and with DJ Moore, and with Mike Evans, for example. I have him in that tier. Why? First of all, Sean Payton is really annoying. And a lot of this, guys, again, the fourth player in a row here that we look at this player and we're like, no, that is a beast on the football field. I get it. The underlying metrics are electric with the ball in his hands. He's goated. He's on a good team. The offense is good. I get it. Realistically, you have so many weapons on this team. You have Cortland Sutton. You have J.K. Dobbins. You have R.J. Harvey. You now have Jonah Coleman. You have Evan Ingram, who still gets the ball for no reason. Okay, you have Troy Franklin, who you know is going to catch 3 or 4 touchdowns a year that are freaking bombs. I don't even know if Marvin Mims is still on the team. You have Pat Bryant, Cortland Sutton. I already mentioned them. There's literally 10 players who Sean Payton is like, oh no, he's our joker. He's the guy. He's so good. I just don't. And he's doing it with Waddle, and Waddle's awesome. Guys, I don't see Waddle. I need to stop pulling up A.J. Brown stats. I don't see Waddle getting 8 or 9 targets per game. You know, if he was going to get 9, hey, he'd be right up here at the 2-3 turn. 8 targets per game, you're looking 3-4 turn. I don't see it at all. And he's going at that 3-4 turn a lot. I know the average ADP on the board right now is in the middle of the 4th, end of the 4th. I wish he was a 5th rounder. Like, I guess my strongest argument is, why are you drafting Waddle 2 rounds ahead of Rome Odunze? Why are you drafting Waddle 2 rounds ahead of Parker Washington? Why? I'd rather draft Montgomery, Swift, Scadaboo, come back in round 6 and get any of these wide receivers, Watson, Odunze, Tate, Thomas. It just seems like, guys, he hasn't played a snap for the Broncos yet. And he's going a lot of times ahead of Ibuka, McMillan, Wilson, McConkey in drafts, ahead of Adams. Why? Because Adams is old. Okay, he caught 4,000 touchdowns last year. Like, we already had an injury from Waddle in camp. I don't know. I'm low on him, and people love Waddle. This video is going to definitely upset some people. And this next pick might be, this next pick might be the most offensive. It's Drake May. Get Drake May out of my face at this high in the draft, please. Now, again, I could look like a big old idiot because when you go to the Vegas projections, guess who is projected to score the 2nd most fantasy points among QBs? Drake May. But guess who's projected to score the 3rd most? Jalen Hurts. And let's just take a little look here at where those two are going. They are separated per Vegas projections by 1.5 points over the course of an entire season. Let's take a look where these players are going in drafts. Drake May, 1st pick in round 5. We can call him a round 4 or 5 pick. Jalen Hurts, almost the middle of round 6, so 15 picks later. Drake May's schedule last year, he finished QB2. And guys, his advanced metrics, throwing the ball, are so good. He's a great player. Again, every player we're discussing today is really good. Just a little expensive. I'm not drafting Drake May in the 4-5 turn. When Hurts is going here, when Daniels is going here in the 6th, when Burrow is going later in that round. Burrow, the last 2 seasons he's been healthy, top 4 at the QB position. May, 1 season where he finished QB2 when Lamar and Burrow were both hurt. And Daniels. And he played this is a fact, you can look this up, the easiest schedule of all time for any quarterback. Fact. for the fantasy football season. Fact. Finished QB2. All right. Adds AJ Brown. That's freaking awesome. I just told you how much I love AJ Brown. Literally obsessed with this guy. Okay. It's just a bad pick. Like, there are 7 picks in between him and Lamar Jackson. There should be like 15, 20 picks. You want to take Drake May at this 5-6 turn around Daniels, Hurts, be my guest. Burrow, Lamar, clear him. And you're seeing people draft Drake May at the 4-5 turn. I don't like it. And finally, the last pick we're going to talk about today. We've just talked about 5 players who are genuinely like really good. Why is Jaylen Warren going in the 6th round? When last year, Kenny Gainwell finished ahead of him in PPR. Gainwell RB16, Warren RB17. Why is Warren going in the 6th round? Is he still going there? Let me look. Last time I checked, this was a week ago. Yeah, middle of the 6th. So let me get this straight. No. Let me get this straight. Warren, who is in a 50-50 split in his backfield with Rico Dowdle, who in my opinion is better and is going. Where is Rico? Rico? Can't find him. Hold on. Let me find him. At least a round later. In the 7th round, literally right under him. So 1 round later is better. Rico is a better player. He is better. Rico last year, when he saw 55% of snaps, like 16 plus fantasy points per game in the Panthers offense. What do you think he's going to do with the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers? Okay. So let me get this straight though on Jaylen Warren. You would rather have Jaylen Warren over Carnell Tate? Okay. Jaylen Warren over Carnell Tate, huh? Jaylen Warren over Parker Washington. Jaylen Warren is literally the first running back in drafts. He is the first running back in drafts. That is a dead zone running back. Tootin, Henderson, Price, you can really make a nice case for these guys as to why they're going to be really good. Warren, he is never seeing more than 60% of the work. In an Aaron Rodgers offense, like it's better than the Panthers, I would just said, but like that's not a high bar. So you're going to take him over the 4th or 5th overall pick, Carnell Tate and Brian Thomas and Parker Washington and Rico. I'm good. Yeah. So that's the pick there in the 6th round. And I'm just going to auto draft this and we can kind of look at how it finished up here. Let's see. Make the picks for me. Yeah, cool. All right, let's auto draft. And those are the worst 6 picks that you could make in a draft, genuinely. And like people are going to disagree. That's fine, guys. I don't know everything. I'm sure I named 6 players. I'm sure 2 or 3 of them are going to be disgusting for fantasy this year because that's how it goes. I don't get everything right. It's a fun episode. So delete that essay you're typing in the comments and relax. Okay. But with that being said, I'm interested in your takes, what you guys think about these picks. Again, a fun one today. If your team looks like this, actually, I really like Kittle, so exclude Kittle. If your team looks like this, guys, sheesh, you know what I'm saying? All right. Peace.